This week on Pole House Black Pot Weekend Getaways, we're on our front porch. What's on the menu?
We're doing a loaded mashed potato cowboy bake, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Something new we never tried, so we're guinea pigs just like you are.
So stick around. Well, hello.
And welcome to Pole House Black Pots on the front porch this week.
Yeah, we're doing this again now. If you watched last week, we fixed our dessert for dinner tonight.
It's actually cooking over here.
Yeah, it's actually still cooking. What's on the menu?
We're doing a loaded mashed potato
Cowboy.
bake. Cowboy, yeah, bake.
Cowboy loaded mashed potato bake. And it sounds kind of interesting. It's something Leslie won't eat. She ain't here, so we're going to fix it.
A completely different combination of stuff, so we'll have to find out how good it is.
So it's a one-pot meal. We're going to get things around, and we'll get right back at you. You ready for dinner? This is going to be a quick, easy meal. First thing I did was I made some instant mashed taters. You can mash your own taters. That's fine, but we're doing this like we were out camping. To that, I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of real, not imitation bacon bits.
And you could fry and crumble up your own
Yeah,
bacon.
you could, but we're going on this as it's a shelf stable and them real bacon bits are.
And quick and easy.
That's right.
One pot meal.
That's right. So now it says, set this aside and our burner quit. Okay, Wade's got me started again. I'm going to put, this is a 12-inch Dutch oven recipe. And if you just joined us, we've already got our mashed taters ready to go. I need your knife. It's a pound of hamburgers, what it calls for.
Ground beef, I guess.
Ground hamburger, yeah, ground beef. This is 80-20, so hopefully I won't have to get out any excess oil, because there really isn't. This is Aldi's brand. We're real happy with it. Okay. Take that. To this, of course, you know me, don't like onions. But I'm going to put a generous amount of minced onion in there. And some seasoned salt. And some bell pepper. One whole bell pepper. Bell pepper. And I'm just going to cook this right along. Now, if you had fried your bacon, then you'd leave your bacon drippings in there and fry it in that, but we didn't do that because we're trying to do this as shelf stable as possible. Now, if you wanted to, you could do this part at home and freeze it so it's ready to go. But there's special things you have to do when you freeze it. Hot briquettes don't freeze so well, do they, dear?
Well, when things are real cold, it takes a while to
It does take a while to heat up that Dutch oven.
Yeah.
And the things that are in it.
This way we've already got the Dutch oven hot, the meat's going to be cooked, and we'll just keep kind of compiling it right in the same Dutch oven and bake it, and it's a lot less work in the long run than trying to prep a lot of this stuff ahead of time.
Now, the recipe says you need to cook your meat, and then put your peppers and your onions in and fry those. I think that's a wasted step.
Do them all together.
Do them all
we
together.
always do.
Yep, we always do. Come in here and look at this. See how that's done? There's no pink left. So now, we're gonna do 1 cup. It says 1 cup. We're going on this being a shelf stable. It calls for Frozen corn, I'm putting a can of corn in it.
Drained.
Drained, yes. Okay, to that I'm going to add my minced garlic. Well, we're getting to the end of our garlic. We like this minced garlic. Sure beats having to smash it. A quarter of a cup of barbecue sauce. We're gonna eyeball it, about that. And a tablespoon of Worcestershire. We're gonna eyeball that too. And our Dijon, calls for Dijon, Dijon Dijon mustard. We're using spicy brown. All right, now I'm gonna shut this off. See how pretty that looks? And then we're going to add our mashed potato. Now it said spread it out. Wait a minute, I forgot something. We're supposed to add this to the rest of it.
The bacon.
The rest of the bacon. We did say it was loaded mashed tater. I guess you could use baked taters that you've mashed. Now, we're going to dollop this all over. And if we have enough around here, we'll try to spread it out, but it's a little sticky, as you can tell. And once again, just like I always say, we are not like them other cooking shows. We like getting all our goodie out. I'm going to kind of mash that down a little bit. It didn't spread very good, but I think I'm going to quit blowing the head. All right. Now then, I'll just drop the spoon. To the top of this, we're going to add pepper jack cheese. It said your cheese of choice. I figured cowboys are spicy, aren't they?
Yeah, I think so.
These packs that zip irritate me sometimes because they don't open. Put the whole 2 cups on that. The cheese got a little hot while we were out here.
Okay. my job now is to bake our supper. And we're going to do a normal 30 pieces of charcoal. This is a 12-inch shadow Dutch oven. 6 quart, might refer to it as sometimes. We're going to hook it up, and this is kind of a normal bake type of item, savory thing, but we're going to do it just like we would any other type of baking. And so it is baked good. So we're going to put 10 on the bottom, 20 on top. Alright, I put 10 on the bottom, outside edge, and in the top we're going to just do a nice checkerboard style. We're going to have some in the middle also. There we go. Spread them out fairly even so we get an even cook. This type of a bake is not quite as important to get it, the heat is exactly the same as it would be on a cake or something, but it is kind of nice so you have a good even brown surface with that cheese, get that cheese melted and that type of thing. So everything was pretty much cooked in this, so we're probably thinking about 30 minutes or plenty of time to get everything kind of melted together and the cheese all melted and get it ready to have us a good supper. So we'll be back in probably 10 minutes and give it a rotate.
Well, it's been right at 30 minutes.
And since everything was pretty much cooked, I think it's probably done. So
You know, we didn't bring a serving spoon out here. Oh yeah, look at that.
good. I'll run right back in and get something to serve it with. And be right back. I'm kind of interested to find out how this combination works with the barbecue sauce.
And the Dijon mustard
Yeah.
and the Worcestershire.
It's kind of like shepherd's pie in a way, but it's enough to give us a little sample of taste anyway.
It's gonna be a lip burner, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yep, it's hot.
Oh. Looks good, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, it's a lip burner for sure. Taste the barbecue sauce. And the Dijon mustard. It's good.
It is.
These cowboys are going to go in and eat it, aren't we?
I think that's a good, I like that.
We're going to have to fix it again.
Yeah, it kind of mixes with, I think with the cowboy beans, you know, with the barbecue and the tomato and your hamburger and like baked beans. But instead of the beans, you used some veggies and the potatoes. So that's good, yeah.
And I
It's a
think
good
you could
recipe.
add more vegetables to it too, like maybe some mixed vegetables would have
Probably
been all right.
could. Yeah, there's lots of different variations. But yeah, this is a good combination. I think it's a good, I think it's
quick,
a keeper.
easy meal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we hope you like this video. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, which is a like. Share share us on Facebook or Instagram. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell so you get notified when we have new videos coming out. And we'll see you next week.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good week. Bye.